All right, once again, we have made it to the summary. Okay, in the past, you learned that a fraction such as 4/5 can be thought of in a few ways. 4/5 is a number you can locate on the number line by dividing the section between 0 and 1 into 5 equal parts and then counting 4 of those parts to the right of 0. So this is like, if you had 0 and 1, and if you want to locate 4/5 on the number line, you need to split your whole into 5 equal parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, relatively equal parts. So each of these is 1/5 of the whole thing. So 4/5 would be 4 of those 5 equal parts. This is where you locate on a number line. 4/5 is the share that each person would have if 4 whole items were shared equally among 5 people. They would get 4/5 of the whole amount. This means that 4 is the result of dividing 4 by 5. So let's just say you had 4 pizzas and you wanted to divide them equally among 5 people. Each person would get 4/5 of those 4 pizzas. And this means that 4/5 is the result of dividing 4 by 5. We can extend this meaning of a fraction as a division to fractions whose numerators and denominators are not whole numbers. So we looked a lot in this lesson at how you would solve or evaluate the expression a over b when you had numerators and denominators that were fractions or decimals. So, for example, we can represent 4.5 pounds of rice divided into portions that each weigh 1.5 pounds as 4.5 over 1.5, because this means the same thing as 4.5 divided by 1.5. Fractions that involve non-whole numbers can also be used when we solve equations. So sometimes you won't even have a whole. We saw that. You might have 3/5 x. Suppose a road under construction is 3/8 finished and the length of the completed part is 4/3 miles. How long will the road be when completed? So we can write the equation 3/8 of x, where here x is the length of the completed road. So we're saying 3/8 of the completed road is 4/3 miles. So we can write the equation 3/8 x equals 4/3 to represent the situation and solve the equation. So here is an illustration of the equation being solved. You have 3/8 times x equals 4/3. You want to know what 1x is, so divide both sides by 4/3. So you've got by 3/8, so you've got 4/3 divided by 3/8. And this is really the same thing as 4/3. Darn it. Sorry about that. 4/3 divided by 3/8. And once you do the keep, change, flip, you get that 4/3 times 8/3. They multiplied straight across. 4 times 8 is 32. 3 times 3 is 9. And 9 goes into 32 3 times. 3 times 9 is 27, so you have a remainder of 5. So your final answer here is 3 5/9 miles. Sometimes an equation like this is sort of hard to envision. When you're looking at something like this, it looks very abstract, and it's sort of hard to think about what that means in a real life situation. So this is saying if a road construction is 3/8 finished, the length of the completed part is 4/3 miles. How long will the road be when completed? Let's see if we can find a way to picture that. So let's think about, here's your roadway. I'm going to split it into 8. This is telling us that the roadway is 3/8 finished. So this is how much of our roadway is finished. And then the problem tells us the completed part is 4/3 miles. So this 3/8 of the whole length that's finished is also equal to 4/3 miles. So if I want to know, well, how much is each of these sections, it's going to be 4/3 divided by 3. So if I do 4/3 divided by 3, that's the same thing as 4/3 times 1/3, so it's 4/9. So each of these sections is equal to 4/9. So my whole roadway is going to be equal to 8 times 4/9. And that's going to give me 32/9, which because we got right there. So that's our 3 5/9. It is, I just did this, I wanted to give you kind of a picture of what this problem means.